Hey, it's the God Awful Gospel Hour, and it is Saturday night, October, and Patrick Sirois is back with us.
God Awful. God Awful. God Awful.
Hey,
Back once again with the ill behavior.
back like I never left.
Yeah.
I've been here the whole time.
We have to wait 90 days to have you on between because that's how long the YouTube ban wears off. Bad things you said last time you were here that got us in trouble.
Yeah, I'm the shadow band king of Austin comedy.
Every 90 days you can come on and get us banned again. For
Yeah.
What did they flag us for that day? You made a COVID joke.
I told a joke about a dumb person's thought about COVID.
Yeah.
You can't say
And
that.
They hear even if you're quoting someone else, because there's not human beings that listen to it, and then when there are, they just decide that you
I think
are
YouTube
wrong
is
anyway.
on the Bill Burr algorithm. If you say
Yeah.
anything, they're like, "What are you fucking doctor? Where's,
Yeah.
where's your jacket? Where's your stethoscope?
Right.
I don't see any
With your
degrees on
open
the wall.
nose and throat.
I don't see any degrees on the wall in the frame. Piece of shit." So Saturday Pint Live is this evening.
Yes.
Yeah,
last
Peasy, you
time
got
we
your
had you
Saturday
on-
Pint Live. It's always the I thought it was the first Saturday.
Oh,
of the
there's
month.
there's no discernible Saturday rhythm.
So
It's just
one Saturday a month.
one Saturday a month.
Yeah.
And we figure it out after the show every night. I would like to get it locked down to a regular week, but I guess that's like a little for like a club to not have that
No,
flexibility.
that's not comedy.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be an adult.
Yeah.
That's too much organization.
Right.
We all wake up at 3 p.m.
We're
here.
all homeless and on drugs and dead.
And I woke up at 11 o'clock today, which has been crazy for me because lately I've been getting up at 5. Well, fuck getting up. I've been out the door at 5:30 every morning.
Hell yeah.
And that
Fucking
shit
honey badger.
sucks.
Yeah.
But
Well, you have yourself a commute, don't you?
yeah, about a 40-minute drive to work.
Yeah.
And then I got to be there. I got to be up on the third floor of this building, and the third floor is actually it's 7 stories up. So you
Doesn't
gotta go
that
7
make
flight
you
stairs.
pumped as fuck to do Monday night open mic? Getting up at 5.
Dude, that was one of the
Yay.
first things to go. I say first things to go. I never do open mic. I haven't done open mics in a long time.
Yeah.
Except like one here and there. Like I bumped into you at
showed up
Woodrow at the time.
Woodrow.
Yeah. But like, it's like luckily I get booked enough that I have time. I can just I have time to work shit out. So like, but yeah, if I had to like keep up that open mic grind and like. Because I'm not known for my self-control. If I go somewhere that sells beers, I'm buying a beer, at the very least. And, so like I just kind of like section myself at the fucking crib. Oh, man, speaking of being at the crib, I missed a whole week of work last week. I had food poisoning.
Nice.
For the first time in my later adult life. I haven't had it like that bad.
You know what it was?
So Monday.
Shit Talker restaurant right now?
Yeah. Monday, I was sitting there all day at work. Yeah, it was fucking Shea Peas, dog. I was sitting there all day at work thinking about steak sliders. I was like, man, I can just go buy a flake steak and just like season that whole up real good. And I chop up some fresh jalapenos or chop up some jalapenos and onions and make like a little fucking like remoulade kind of
Hell yeah.
deal. And I was thinking about it all fucking day.
Yeah.
And so I went out and I bought the King's Hawaiian bread, to put on there.
Yeah.
I made
It
them.
comes pre-toasted now after those fires. You get
The Maui style.
it's already crispy croutons.
Yeah. But I bought that shit. I made my little fucking steak sandwiches, and I was like, hell yeah, it was good. I fucking ate it, and I went to sleep. And around 3 o'clock Tuesday morning, I woke up, and it was just like till 4 o'clock in the afternoon Thursday. It was just like The Exorcist. It was just like I was having like GoPuff Gatorade. I could just like feel myself getting dehydrated.
Yeah.
It was insane. For those 3 or 4 stretch days, all I ate was one vegetarian sub from Thundercloud a day for Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay, it proves it. Vegetarian subs from Thundercloud are the cure for food poisoning.
Yeah. Well, it's like I was just
prayers,
hungry.
your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I was
that-
hungry. It was all I could. I was like the idea. So I think it was because here's my theory: is I've been meal prepping for work because I got to pack a lunch, and so I've been doing a bunch of chicken, like it's all various types of chicken, and I hadn't really, other than a hamburger, I hadn't had red meat, like in a long time. And I just ate that steak. My body was like, nah, bitch, like you let us chill for a little bit, and like we were enjoying it. And it was like I think it was the steak sliders. And every time I thought about them, I wanted to throw up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is usually what it is.
That happened to me with eggs. I had got ramen from 7-Eleven. It's
Yeah.
my favorite, the red shin ramyun.
I'm sorry, the what now again? Call it, what did you call it?
It's called shin ramyun.
No, the actual food.
Ramen?
Ramen?
Ramen.
Ramen noodles.
Ramming it up your ass.
Yeah. Same thing about a noodle is you can't ram it up your ass after you boil it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
it
want to
rammed-
ram a noodle up your ass, that's got to be out the box.
It rammed out my mouth later. Yeah. And I was crawled to the computer like the kid from Into the Wild looking in the book.
Yeah,
What have I done? What have I done?
Something about poorly stored eggs, and I was like, I should have squeezed that packet of ramen and made sure it was
Yeah.
airtight
Yeah, yeah.
because it was on the discount shelf at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Probably because it had a pinhole in it.
Yeah.
But that barf was on the middle of a date.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was a date, and then the girl invited her 2 guy friends on our dates. It was a 4-top at Magnolia's on West 6th.
You just throw up. She's like, what happened? You're like, I'm just allergic to a bunch of dick.
This guy, oh yeah, it's not a date, one, and I don't feel good, another. This guy ordered the.
You're just holding yourself. It's not a date.
I was like, I can keep this. I'm not gonna order anything. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
have chips. I shouldn't eat. And the guy across from me was already hammered, drunk, red, pasty,
Yeah.
making me nauseous to look at him because I didn't want him to be there.
Yeah.
And then he ordered the straight plate, which is enchiladas with eggs on top. And the service woman, what are we supposed to say these days?
Server.
Okay,
Yeah,
server.
The servant.
I like service woman. So she goes, how do you want your eggs on your straight plate? And he goes, runny. And I was like, oh, God. As soon as they bring that plate, I know she's going to fucking slam that thing down. He asked for sunny side up runny. I'm going to see those little orange
Jiggle,
circles wiggle, and I'm going to fucking lose it. And I was just, the whole rest of the meal, I was like,
Yeah. Oh, God damn.
and then after the meal, we all got in the car, and she sparked up a bowl, and I was like, I gotta be cool.
Yeah.
I gotta be one of the cool guys. I gotta hit this bowl. And of course, I hit it too hard, started coughing, and then just a column, a column of barf came. And then the girl was like, I can't see people throw up. We're all through. It's like Christina P. So she started throwing up. 2 drunk assholes in the back seat just laughing. It was a good date. Good first date.
Great first date. Yeah.
That was the girl that said, sex is a big deal to me, so I want to wait. And I was like, sex is a big deal to me, too.
So I don't
wanna
want to
fuck
wait.
now.
Oh, that's crazy. Sex is also a big deal to me. It's wild that we have 2 very different ways of going about that.
I think it's a big good deal. You think
Yeah,
it's a big bad deal. So, yeah, I got my feelings hurt because I hear from Stringer, and then he's in Spain.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say he is. Yeah, he's abroad.
My bad, buddy.
Yeah.
I got mad for no reason. You're going to Vulcan soon, right, again?
Yeah, I'm doing Vulcan again tonight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight?
Yeah.
At what point?
Midnight mass.
So you're jam-packed. Speaking of ramen.
Yeah, I'm ramming shows
comedy
into
up your ass all day
into
long.
my comedy keister.
Have you been to Banana Phone at the creek?
No.
So I went 2 Sundays ago. A couple Sundays ago. I didn't know. The flyer said call in heckling.
Yeah.
It's an open mic with call in. I was like, how's that going to work? Is it online?
Yeah.
Is there a phone? No, I get up there. Luckily I'd done the same set at the Sandjack mic like an hour before.
Yeah.
So they called my name. I was on the wrong side of the stage. So I didn't have stairs, so I had to jump up there like a gym idiot, on the blocks.
Yeah.
And then I stood up and started doing my same shit that I just done. And there's 3 comedians on the front row with mics fucking with me. And I was like, oh, this is not an online call-in, nothing. This is
They're just right
3
there.
other
being
assholes
mean.
that always have mics.
Yeah.
And then it's the whole rest of the room, too. They were calling me Molester Jesus and, like, Fat Lebowski.
That's not even clever.
No.
Also, Lebowski wasn't necessarily super thin.
Yeah, he was already a little.
Yeah, he's already. Yeah, he's drinking fucking White Russians all day.
It was fun. I had fun. I was
Dude, I
honored.
did a heckle mic there one time. I don't know if it was Banana Phone. It was like 2 years ago. And I just got a haircut, and so my beard was like super manicured, like the DJ Khaled shit I began.
Oh, yeah.
And
Bring out the whole ocean.
yeah. This dude in the crowd just goes, "Your beard is too manicured." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what it looks like when you get pussy."
Save some for the rest of us.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
put that on your Tetris update.
yeah.
I saw it, and I was like, fuck yeah, somebody to play on games online against. And then everybody else was like, dork.
Yeah.
So then I had to put my score on there. I was like, I'm also a dork.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah,
I like leaderboards.
I hate the new Tetris app because like you can't play it offline, which like that used to be the thing. I was like, oh, my phone can't get on the internet. Let me play Tetris. Like
Donnie's got something for you.
Yeah, check this out. So this is an analog pocket. It is it's a like a kind of a Kickstarter manufacturer where they make a little Game Boy.
yeah.
And you can play Well, it plays all the Nintendo Game Boy Advance, all that stuff. You can plug them in, but you can also load games onto it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And so last night we were playing old school Game Boy Tetris.
What?
with the music and
With the music and everything, yeah.
in
Yo,
HD.
Yeah.
Fuck this podcast. Hey, y'all talk. I'm gonna
You need a headset.
That's
We
fucking
got a
so
soundtrack
sick.
for it, yeah.
Bro, because we had like the old school gray ass big block.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is my childhood right here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that thing is cool. But there's no online leaderboard, so if you do well, you know.
Yeah, you just have to save it on there.
Yeah,
And you know what? That's from an era where there is no censoring
That's so
of gamer names. So you can
Oh,
put
yeah,
any
yeah.
offensive name that you want into there, and they won't tell you, you can't use that. You can't use that.
Dude,
Cunt Jew, high school of cunt Jew.
I never. I lived with these two gamers in Connecticut, my coworkers and homies, and they were both gamers, but they had like their gamer homies would come over, and they all had funny gamer tags to me. But one of them was my roommate was his was Cervix Slayer,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Nice.
And then his homie was Self Blumpkin.
Mine for everything is Slamboni because I saw.
I was wondering what the fuck. I've known you for over a decade, and I've always like looked at that and been like, "Slam bonafide."
Yeah.
That's like,
It's a little 9/11 joke.
Yeah, it's like the core. It's the core story in the Josh canon. It's like if you want to know about Josh, you
I
just
heard
ask
about
for-
9/11 on the radio on Howard Stern. I got to work. They sent us home. I got home and my roommates were watching it on TV, and it looked so dope. I thought it was like a recreation, like Unsolved Mysteries. I thought it was CG.
I thought it was like a movie trailer
So
or
the
something.
fucking thing just went slambo into the building and exploded, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, slambo, nice!" 'Cause I thought it was a CG. Somebody
Yeah.
did art.
yeah,
But it was just the age of like almost, pretty high def cameras
Yeah,
back then,
damn.
2011.
All his roommates are sitting on the couch, terrified that like World War III was beginning. He's hot slambo.
Slambo. That's
Yeah.
great.
And then people think it's racist and it has something to do with Sambo or something. I don't
Man,
know.
people always take a beautiful thing like 9/11 and try to make it bad.
That shit's old.
They're trying to cancel 9/11.
I had the idea this year, and then I realized it was too late, like on the day. But I wanted to have the Chandra Levy Memorial 9/11 party.
Yeah.
Did she also die on 9/11?
So right, like 3 weeks before that is when Chandra Levy disappeared.
Yeah.
And they started poking around that Gary Condit guy, and they gave that weird interview to Connie Chung.
Yeah, yeah.
Where he was like, I don't know what happened to her. He's just so suspicious. And then 9/11 happened, and you know that he was like, whew,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all the attention's off me now. Yeah.
Dude, we on Lie, Cheat, and Steal, fucking when we cover like later, like more recent scams. COVID always plays a part in it, and sometimes it works to their favor, sometimes it does not work to their favor. But it's just so funny how like you're out there actively scamming somebody, you're involved in a scam, and then COVID happens, and you're like, how do I roll these dice? How do I use this to my advantage?
Yeah.
And same thing with 9/11. That's what I thought when I saw 9/11. I was like, how do I benefit out of this?
Well, it's like the Me Tooism turned into Him Tooism once like Kevin Spacey started getting in trouble. He was like, well, I'm gay. And then Bryan Singer did it too.
Yeah.
And then, instead of Me Too, it was him too, Mom.
Yeah.
Mom, he did it also. Turned into the blame game.
Man, I remember when he fucking released that like defense of himself in character as the guy from
Yeah.
what the fuck?
not
And
a
it was
defense
like
of
so
anything.
like it was threatening.
Yeah, it was threatening. It was like
This is what's going to happen to you now.
Yeah. Now that you done bit the hand of the dog
Yeah.
that barked and all the honey's all over the outhouse. You know, what the fuck are you talking
I
about?
think it was just him trying to do a meta like, don't you remember my good acting?
Yeah.
Don't
Ooh,
you
if I
want
were to
me
go
to
to
come back?
jail, you could never get acting this good ever again.
Oh, you remember Jimmy Preston?
Yeah, I remember Jimmy Preston.
He's working at an auto center near here. He's got a TV pilot he's working on. He's
Really?
gonna come back around soon. He used to come on the Drunk Cast.
Yeah, dude. I go way back with Jimmy. I love that guy. Fucking Jimmy Preston, longest, most meandering intros in the world of comedy. He'll bring you up on stage, and you'll be like, for the non-comics out there, it's like if you bring somebody up on stage, it's like, hey guys, you guys want to keep the show going? This next guy, you seen him on this, give it up right now for Josh Woodyard.
Yeah.
Boom. You say it, you end on the name, bingo.
This is Mike Milker.
Yeah. And he would be like, guys, this next. He's so funny, this guy. And like, I know the guy, and he does things with. I remember one time he was trying to like make like a funny sentence, and he's like, and he's just the way he does things. It's lasers and T-Rexes, and I was just
Oh,
like,
my God.
Jimmy,
Okay.
just say my fucking name and bring me up on stage.
No, you know you're gonna end up finding that clip and putting it on your first Netflix special.
Yeah,
just as a
yeah,
joke.
right?
It's an ironic joke. He was the one. He had that thing at Romeo's. Remember?
Yeah, oh, I loved that. That was so much fun.
So the first time I came to that, yeah, you were there,
Yeah.
and it was one of the first cold nights of the year, like October, late October, and I was on an old BMW and I turned the heater on and it smelled real bad, and I was like, this is funny. It smells like an old man's breath every November when you turn your heat on for the first time.
Yeah.
So I went up and I was like, I'll
Mothballs.
try this bit. And there was an old man on a date with a younger woman on the front row.
Oh, great.
And as soon as I was like, the heater, the first time of the year, it smells like an old man's halitosis. His young girlfriend, wife started pointing at him and laughing. And he looked at me and gave me the cut it out.
Okay, stop.
Like, you run this fucking show.
Yeah. I'm old. Listen to me. Stop. Shut up.
I'm the authority figure in the room. I'm
Yeah,
the patriarch
clearly
here.
the oldest man.
Like, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to make more tags on this right now because she loves it.
Fucking dude, that was so much fun. I like for the listeners out there. The Jimmy Presley of a show where he had a jazz guitarist and a
Yeah,
fucking
there was a backer. Yeah.
and a drummer, and they would like do kind of shit.
And it moved to Frank.
Yeah, they moved to Frank,
That was
and
one
I
of my
loved that shit because it was so much fun. Because I rap, and so it was like fun to just like ride the beat of the jokes. There was another one that was trying to do that shit recently, but the dude who was doing it, put it together, was like, he just had a guitarist, and I was like, hey man, that'd actually be pretty cool if you got a fucking. Or no, he just had a drummer.
Okay.
And I was like, that'd be kind of cool if you got a bassist, and he was like, yeah, I can't afford it.
In Austin, you can't afford a free bassist.
yeah.
There's a lot of free bassists around that'll come.
You don't even need to know their name.
Sell to them like South by. This is you're being paid in
Yeah.
exposure.
Yeah.
You can
Just get up
be
there,
this thing.
and slap a little bass for us, man.
So I don't know if you remember this. It's 12 years ago, but we were at the Frank thing that Jimmy put on,
Yes.
and we were standing around out front smoking cigarettes after, and this girl walked by. It was the year at the time was 2012.
Yes.
But this girl walked by and she was in full like Avril Lavigne like backwards sideways trucker hat, and we were just smoking and roasting people that walked by.
Yeah.
And I said, "Are you me or you?" Said like 2004 called and they wanted their Blink-182 concert outfit back or something crazy specific throwback, like making fun of Fred Durst
Yeah.
type of joke, which was appropriate for 2012, making fun of 2004 called.
Yep.
But the girl got so mad.
I don't remember this.
And I was like, you shouldn't have walked past the front of the company thing, wearing what you're wearing.
Dude, I remember being kind of over there. There was that one show that was over there. It was in that same area, and it was in the Basement Club, and they would do 2-for-1 drinks on open mic
yeah.
night, and they would do these little showcases, and like, man, Bob Kosravi used to host it.
It's like the Elephant Room?
Well, no, it wasn't the Elephant Room. Shit, it was
Still
called the
down.
Hangar.
That place is still open.
The
There's
Ha-
no camera there.
It was,
No,
it was a
wasn't the Hangar.
downtown place, like kind of 4th Street area.
Yeah.
That's where Hangar was.
Yeah, I think it was Hangar. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was like Hangar mic, and like like it was like out of the mic or a showcase, but you got longer sets, and like I just remember like they would do it every week, and it would be 2-for-1 drinks.
Yeah.
And I would just go there. Me and Josh Staub and Jared Holly, we would just get fucking blackout drunk for like $10.
Nice.
And but we were outside of there one night. And this like tall, if you've been downtown for a while, you've seen this guy, tall, gay, southern homeless man that walks around wrapped up in a blanket. He's very like sassy. Hey, how y'all doing?
Someone's been reading my diary.
yeah. And so he fucking he walks up and he's like kind of giving us like the little spiel. He's being very charming and shit.
Ask
And
your
we're-
question. It's always been ask your question.
Yeah.
There's no question.
He's like, so hey, y'all like, so he was like, all right, well, I made y'all laugh, so I just got to ask. He's like, could y'all like give me a little something to help me out? And as he said this dude that was like this homeless guy that was near him the whole time or behind him walked up and joined the crew. And I was like, yeah, man, y'all are fucking cool. And I took this money out and I slapped it in the other guy's hand. And that dude just walked off. The guy was like, hey, what the fuck, man? I was like, oh, y'all ain't together? He's like, no, he just fucking swooped in and took my shit.
Fumble, interception.
And I was like, fuck, dog, I'm so sorry. I don't
giving
have
him the business.
Yeah, I don't have any more money. So Trace gave him some weed.
Yeah.
And then he was like, are y'all out here every week? We're like, yeah. And he started coming back around every week. But he was cool. But yeah.
I like that. I made you laugh, so give me money. You can be
Yeah.
like, that's what I do all day.
Yeah. I just did it for free, dog.
Taking work away from me.
Yeah. Yeah, I just remember I felt so bad. That guy rolled up. I was like, oh, clearly these two dudes are like in a little outfit. You know, they're part of the organization. You know, I'll slap 5 into his hand and fucked it all up.
We're gonna take each other out to Taco Bell for $1 burrito. We wrote a bunch of jokes during COVID about like COVID survival instinct versus the woke shit that was happening at
Yeah.
that time online. People were getting mad about everything. So it was like, I was going to do a character of like a dumb, old, fat uncle that was like, I'll stop saying tranny if you can change the trans on the Trans Am. If you can change out the tranny on the Trans Am, I won't say tranny anymore.
Yeah.
If you can find the closest source of water and make a fire, then I'll use all the pronouns.
Yeah.
But we got to live and eat first before we can
Yeah,
start with all
yeah.
this. And I was trying to figure out if it could be an uncle. I think it's going to be a time traveler. I'm going to be like a retarded Doc Brown, like, oh, what year is it? Where am I? Well, can I still say tranny?
I'm in search of an age where I can say tranny either still or yet once again.
I was told this was America.
I'm waiting for it to come back around. Yeah.
All right, great Tifa's tits. It's nerd news time. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
The Acolyte trailer leaked for Star Wars Acolyte.
Boo.
It looked horrible.
Yeah.
It didn't have anything. That's the next Star Wars show.
I'm so fucking out the loop on Star Wars. I've never really had an emotional connection to the franchise.
Yeah.
I envy you.
I when I was a kid, I didn't even see all of them until like 2015.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing like the new ones that started coming out and shit. I've seen a couple of those. I mean, they seem fun. I get the appeal of the first ones for sure, but I just never had like an emotional attachment. So there's so much of that like the new extended universe shit I haven't watched. I watched Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And just because the baby was cute, you know.
I had
So
a
everybody
girlfriend-
I know who's like, oh, I wasn't a big Star Wars fan. Oh, number one, I'm like, how? But number two, it's like, but you had something you watched. Like, what movies did you watch a bunch as a kid? What franchise?
Oh,
your
Star
VCRs?
Trek. I love.
So you were a Star Trek guy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love Star
okay.
Trek when I was a
Yeah.
kid because we lived overseas in Germany on the military base, and so like you got like. I don't know. You know, like the doldrum of TV, where like the post-school, pre-dinner TV, where it's like you got your Simpsons and like shit like that.
Yeah.
So I remember at that time period, it was like cartoons would end at like 4. We'd usually eat around 6. From 4 to 6, they would show an episode of Star Trek: Deep Space Nine and an episode of Next Generation.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would just like watch those. I got really into Star Trek.
Do you watch the new shit?
No, I guess I'm not that into it, you know. But
You watch The Mandalorian.
I did watch The Mandalorian because the little baby was cute.
Yeah.
It was a cute baby. I wanted to watch that.
So-
But yeah, that's so I unfortunately I don't know much about the new incarnation of Star Wars except everybody hates them.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Disney Plus.
everybody's. It's like a spectrum of
Yeah.
of Star Wars hatred. Some people hate.
And all of the Star
I'm the
Wars
guy.
fans are
I'm
on the
way
spectrum.
over on the spectrum to where like I think that after like 1983, it's most of it's pretty bad. But then there are some people who are like, I
Guys,
can't believe what Disney did. The prequels were my favorites because I was 5 years old when the first one came out, and meanwhile I was a junior in high school and I was sitting there. I was like, this is really stupid.
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
it. So it's just Star Wars hate knows no like age or
Well,
limit.
the
or
Star Wars
anything.
fandom spectrum can be overlaid almost exactly against the mental health spectrum.
Yeah.
And the markers and the red flags are all in the same place.
I'm all the way on the original trilogy autism side
Yeah,
of the
it's just
spectrum.
sand. Sand. I'm itchy all the
Yeah,
time. I'm
yeah.
uncomfortable. I'm fussy.
Yeah.
It's incel culture.
I'm fussy.
Let's take a break here real quick just to give us a little.
Yep. That smelly drunk bitch.
Hell yeah, all day, baby.
And we're back with Pat.
Yeah. The fattest, smelliest, drunkest bitch of all.
So Donnie and I talked about our the one famous dude you do gay shit with if you had to.
Okay.
You know, gun to your head.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't remember what mine was. Probably Jason Momoa or something. I don't want to get anybody to hurt me. I'm looking for a little guy. Donnie's was Henry Cavill.
Well, yeah, Henry Cavill. Maybe the Hemsworth the Greater, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
It turns into one of those. What would you pick out of these two horrible things?
Yeah.
People get into the specifics.
Would you
Yeah.
rather?
How much
Yeah.
gay shit do we have to do? What are we talking?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it a date and you're gonna hold hands like some Arab dudes, or what do we have to actually go full?
I don't know, man. I would listen. Who would it be?
I work with a guy that's a cook at Marcelino Pan and Vino. Happens to be homosexual. And he brings in tacos every morning, and I'm like, I'll give you a little kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
You cook good.
Yeah. No, my actually the one that I can definitely remember just being very confused. You remember the movie Stargate?
Yes.
So the bad guy in that
yeah.
was actually the actor was the Crying Game actor. You know the person from the Crying
Yeah,
Game
yeah.
that ends up being a man. I don't
Yeah.
know,
I know there's
Was
like a
it
gender
man?
swap. I've never seen it, but I know it's about
Yeah,
gender.
I don't know if that's a trans person or what. But anyway, that actor is the bad guy, and he's so effeminate looking that I was confused. I was like 12 years old, and I was confused watching this guy. I was
Yeah.
like, "What is going on with me right now?"
If somebody put a gun to my head, I might kiss him.
Yeah,
All right, so Pat, gun to your head, you got to kiss a famous dude.
Shit. I'm trying to think.
3 seconds. 3-second kiss.
Almost
making
I
out.
just had 3 seconds. I was like, I don't know, man. I'm not even trying to be like, I don't fucking know. Like it's a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
A lot of good looking guys out there. I don't
A lot
know.
of candy out there for
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey to
Yeah. I remember when I was this is interesting. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't know who Elijah Wood was.
Yeah.
And I saw Elijah Wood in a copy of Disney Adventures, the DA magazine thing, and it was a picture of like them, and it was like this, I didn't even see the name. I saw the picture. I just thought it was a girl, and I thought that she was cute.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this is a dude.
Well, that's prison logic.
Yeah,
Looked like a
yeah.
bitch. That boy looked like a bitch.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, there's nothing leaping out at me.
Elijah Wood lives in Austin here.
Yeah, whenever I see a really nice house, a
watch
little
out.
inside joke I always do, I always go, I bet Elijah Wood lives there.
Elijah, I bet you would.
Yeah, I met Elijah Wood once.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a Vanilla Presley show. And he was like in the crowd, like fucking throwing down to our shit. It was such a cool fucking experience.
I had a crush on you when you were a baby.
Yeah, I thought you were a girl in an episode of yeah. But,
probably around the time that we were all doing comedy at the same time back in the 2011 or so, that South by Southwest.
Yeah.
I was following Aziz Ansari on Twitter, and he posted, "Hey, comedy show at Frank today, in 3 hours." And so we were like, "All right." So we went and got in line or whatever, and we were probably the 12th people in line. And then over the course of the next 2 hours, people just started cutting.
Yeah.
And by the time they opened the doors, we were 120th in line.
oh, that fucking sucks.
And
Should have told him the poem. No butts, no cuts.
right, so we get in, and right when we get up to the door guy's like stops it right in front of us and goes, "No, that's it. We're full." And the girl in front of us turns around and she goes, "No, I've been waiting with these guys for 2 hours." And they said, "How many do you have?" And I said 3. And they're like, "Okay, you guys and no more." So we get in, we're all happy. And the door opens again, and they let somebody else in. And I turn around, and it's Michael Cera. And so Michael Cera walks right up next to me and stands there and watches. We watch a Eugene Merman and Aziz Ansari do, 30 minutes each of stand-up. And the only thing I said to Michael Cera is I go, "Hey, you look like all your movies."
He looked like a bitch. So Henry Cavill is the only guy that's broken the Superman curse. Every other Superman actor has had some unfortunate thing happen.
Well,
to
there's
them.
still time.
Yeah,
He
so
lost-
far.
yeah, Witcher got canceled or
Yeah.
whatever.
But you remember Superman had those powers where he could kiss a lady retarded, Margot Kidder. Like she was starting to figure out he was Superman, and he kissed her, and she was like, "I die."
I don't remember anymore.
Maybe that's what Henry Cavill does to his girlfriend when she
Yeah.
starts bugging him. Come
Yeah.
here, baby. You a little smooch, and you'll forget all about it.
Yeah.
Die.
Stop complaining that I'm putting together my PC.
So it cost $120 million for Cyberpunk 2077 patches and DLC to fix the game's image, according to CD Red, because everybody's mad at them because it came out fucked up.
Yeah.
But that's that's a Polish company. I don't know if you're familiar with most of the Jews that we have are Polish Jews. It sounds
A lot of
very.
skis.
It cost us $120 million for all this patches and DLC just to fix our image because you guys got so angry with us for making a shitty game.
I couldn't digest a good meal for a month.
They should have like a video game company called Verklempt Studios.
I got schmilkus in my Connecticut.
My kid was playing Baldur's Gate 3, and there's a thing where you can like dip your sword, and it's one of the options. You can dip it in blood or have powers on it if you're
Yeah.
on a puddle. And he called it the dippy. I'm going to do a dippy. And he's fighting some lady, and he goes, "All right, bitch, it's time for a DP." And I was like, I don't think you know what you're saying. I thought he was saying DP.
Yeah.
And he's got this demon squadron of Dungeons and Dragons, naked women, and magic. And
Hell
I'm like,
yeah.
is that one of the things you can do in the
Yeah,
game?
yeah. Can you double
Right.
I
penetrate?
didn't know we could DP. the-
There's a company out at the job site. One of the contractors out there is DP, and so like it has on the back of like everybody's little safety vest has like your company logo on the back.
Yeah.
What crew you're on, And so there's one that says DP, and they got a lot of people up there. And like my homie, that's the foreman, was like the guy that helped me get out there. He's my boy Sean. He was like, I saw it immediately. I saw DP. I was like, oh, double penetration. You know what I'm saying? Immediately, that's where my head went. I'm there like two
I can't
months
even go
now.
to the ATM anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I've been there like 2 months now, and like Sean goes, "Hey man, I heard something funny the other day, man. This shit's crazy, guy." Somebody said those DP guys. Somebody said it stood for double penetration. That's crazy, man. I was like, yeah, I saw that the minute. I thought that the minute I saw it. Am I the only one who's like, am I ahead of the curve out there?
The internet has ruined me for acronyms.
Yeah. I make little acronyms up at all the companies that are out there. There's this one called, like, in my head, I was walking by, you'll see, like, you'll walk by like little work areas where they're at, and you'll see these different companies. One of them is PSS. I don't know what they do, but I call them the Piss Boys.
The damn piss boys are coming around again.
Ooh, hot Piss Boys.
So there's a new Scorsese movie out. Came out yesterday. Have anybody seen it yet?
Oh, I haven't, but I
I've
want
heard
to.
it's 3.5 hours long,
Yeah.
so I gotta pee before I
I'm
watch
okay.
it.
Oh, you sound like my pregnant wife
Yeah.
now.
We can't go to Terminator because I'm gonna have to piss the whole time.
It's Terminator. You're not going to miss any important.
Terminate that
Yeah,
pregnancy. You know what I'm saying?
And all of our problems go right out the window.
Just freed up the next 18 years.
But yeah, I'm excited for Killers of the Flower Moon. It's DiCaprio. You know,
Yeah.
his dad makes him destroy his wife's family.
Yeah.
And it's the whole trailer is him just looking extremely pained, which he's very good at.
Yeah.
He's making the same face that he makes every time he has to break up with a 26-year-old.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like the face when his
Oh, I
girlfriend
gotta
turns
do it again
26.
to her. Here we go.
Man,
He's not acting.
I went and did I dropped it at the Velve the other night and did a guest spot on Avery Moore's shows. And she has this homie of hers, a musician, but he does all these characters. He's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
But he like went up on the first show, and did like some songs. And then the second show, he went up and did this character, and he was dressed like, kind of looked like he was like dressed in the time period of that movie.
Yeah.
And he had like this like weird hat on, and he had all this fake blood and like loose fake skin hanging off his face, like he got beat the fuck up. And it was like this whole thing where he was reading. Basically, was like, I got beat up yesterday, and I'm going to read you the police report. And it was just like him reading this insane account of him getting beat up by 4 creditors from his bank. It was fucking hilarious, but it was just bizarre. But everything he was saying was getting these huge laughs. And I had agreed to do a guest spot, so I had to go up after this.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? So I was like, I was actually pretty proud of myself for like flipping the energy, because I was like, that's real easy to just go up and just get lost and whatever the fuck that was. So I went up and I was like, man, I just agreed to do a guest spot thinking I was going to be following normal comedy. I had to follow this fucking Tennessee Williams play over here. I was like, I'm going up after Jesse fucking Plemons in the goddamn Osage movie. Like, and yeah, it was like all those like references were like completely spot on and hit. And I was like, oh, thank God. I
know
coasted
this
out
is
of
a
that.
variety show.
Yeah.
All kinds of acts up here. So we were playing the new Spider-Man game, and of course there's always Mary Jane parts where she has to sneak around and look at art, and it's like, I was just swinging across the city,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and now I have to like look at a painting and be stealthy. But this one, she's got she can see through. She has the spider sense, basically.
Is it sexually
Yeah,
transmitted?
Yeah, it's essentially.
Yeah, she's got some spider DNA in her somehow.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to my wife.
I wonder how.
Somehow, some way, by hook or by crook.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to my wife. She got pregnant and she was like, I got baby brain. I was like, that's my dumb DNA I put in there. That's my bad
I
baby.
just knocked a few points off.
So this podcast is brought to you by trampstamps.com. We'll send you a scale and you can measure your girlfriend to see if her back tattoo is actually a tramp stamp, or some of them are bigger girls, they're tramp murals. It's like stamps.com. It comes with a scale.
Trampestries.
It comes with a bigger scale. Yeah. You can measure your bitch and see if that's a tramp stamp or if that's a tramp.
I've been thinking of signing up for stamps.com just to get the digital scale.
Yeah.
We can make some use out of that.
It pays
Yeah.
for
How?
itself.
Yeah. How low does it go? Like what's the lowest thing?
So there's been some horn honking gunfights in Texas recently.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you've heard about this.
No, but horn honking just sounds like an adjective, like man, it was a real rootin' tootin' horn honking good time.
That's what the blind guy does when he meets a girl. He's horn honking his way around. Matunya in Tokyo. But, being from Texas and being Republicans, I could see why the problem with these horn honking gunfights is the horns, obviously. We need to get rid of all these horrible car horns. It could not possibly be anything else besides the horns.
Why did one man have to have so many horns?
There's good guys with horns, and then there's a bad guy. And if a good guy with a horn shows up, we might
If
be
you
all right.
want my horn, you can pry it from my cold, dead clown outfit.
My cold dead Mickey Mouse hands. You know, Andrew Tate has all those women slaves, or he did. So he gets early release of a video game, and he's like, "Here are my thoughts." I watched this movie before everyone else. Here are my thoughts, and he just goes 3 girls on a Sibian, and everybody's like, "That's not the thoughts." Thoughts and players.
Yeah, Josh likes to come over and watch people reacting to shows.
It's meta. It's triple
Yeah,
meta.
those are all the people who have, like, all my YouTube critics are all the ones who have to. They watch the latest whatever slop, and they say, "Here are my thoughts."
It's the inception of me watching you, and then I react to your reaction. The mirror is.
That's all the internet is now. It's just reacting to reaction. It's like you put a mirror in front of another mirror, and it's just infinite. That's all. It's meta on top of meta on top of meta. We're losing our minds.
You gotta vertically film everything. Yeah, I'll have another one. Thank you, sir. You're so goth. I'm so goth. The most goth you can be is to be dead. You know, that's like how you win at Satanism and everything else.
Edgar Allan Poe is more goth than he's ever been.
I mean, you hear stories about, we heard stories about that growing up in the Christian church. There's a satanic family, and then we had to adopt the kids because both parents graduated from Satanism, basically, by killing themselves. That's how you win. That's the end of being a Satan worshiper. You give your life.
Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to give your life to Jesus.
So did you, when you grew up, like, we were always like, why would anybody be a Satan worshiper? Satan's the bad guy that loses at the end.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be on that? Like, we didn't understand whenever people were Satanists, they were just saying it to try and, shock people,
Yeah. I mean, I like what they stand for now. It's basically nihilism.
Yeah.
Nothing. just trying to tell everybody to chill out and quit worrying about all kind of crazy stuff. And they're anti-Westboro type of feeling.
Right.
So everybody chill out and stop it.
Now, I have a theory about why. I think we're going through another satanic panic right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you, like the way people like, and I feel is because Jesus loving you isn't really the vibe of current Christianity.
Yeah.
That's not what they're into anymore. They want militancy. They want an enemy. They want blood.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, Satan. Like we have an enemy. Like, it's less. I feel it's less about loving Jesus now, and now it's about hating Satan.
Yeah.
Because that just fits well more in with the vibe of the times.
Yeah.
Satanism has a good public image
Yeah.
as opposed to.
I feel like that happened for some reason when Obama got elected. And I don't know why that shift happened with the religious people. I started hearing a lot more about the Antichrist.
Yeah.
And a lot more about Kenya.
Yeah, right around 2008. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how you graduate from Satanism. Is
Yeah.
you give your life all the way, and you can be so goth that like that's how you finish being goth, is being dead.
Yeah.
And you can be so rock and roll that you finish being rock and roll by being homeless. That's like the most rock and roll. Like, bro, I'm in a band and I don't even have.
It's like the Buddhists, like the achieving nirvana, like, and becoming enlightened.
Yeah. I got not a care in the world. So I've been sneaking laxatives into my daughter's drinks to teach her to cover the top of her cup. She's getting older. She's like, I got the shits, and I'm like, yeah, and that's how you learn.
Yeah.
You should have washed the top of that cup.
What if you had the shits at a stranger's house? You know?
She's 13. She's gonna be going out and hanging out soon. I don't want anybody to slip her any Mickeys or anything. So she's gonna have trauma from getting the shits.
Yeah.
She'll never forget. I mean, that sucks for girls. They have to just hang out like this.
Yeah,
all day,
dude. I remember one of my biggest eye-opening things. It was with the girl I was dating 2 exes ago. She so we would coordinate going out with her and her homegirls, and they would always it would be like a thing of okay, I'm getting dressed now, so I'm gonna get dressed. So I'll leave in 15. You want to leave there so we can get it was a lot of pressure was put on this. Let's arrive at the same time.
Yeah,
and one time
unnecessary urgency.
One time it fucking there was a mix up or whatever, and they were like, oh my god, fuck, whatever, Trisha is there now, and she already went inside because she thought we were there. They're like, shit. And I was like, what does it fucking, everybody's all freaked out. I was like, what does it matter? Just let us there to have a drink. We'll get there in a second. And then they were like, are you fucking dumb? She was like, she's gonna go in there. By the time we get there, there's gonna be 5 dudes hanging around her table. She's gonna get besieged by all these men. And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. We walked in, and the whole table was these 4 other guys. They're all just hanging around talking to her.
Hello, can I touch boob? please talk to have a kiss.
Oh, you are beautiful. You are so beautiful. I kiss your breast.
Y'all heard that Send Bob's song?
Yeah.
Send Bob's, please send your Bob's and vagina. That song goes hard as fuck. It's what's the guy's name? Hovey Benjamin.
Okay.
Hovey Benjamin. He takes all of the Indian dudes sliding in the DMs and he just reads them to auto-tune to a beat.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's like, he's like, I want to make love to your eyes. Oh, milk truck just arrived.
Stream of consciousness rap.
Yeah. But it's all like, and they have the screenshots. It's all like things dudes, like Indian dudes have like slid into girls' DMs, and it's like, and the song is called Send Bob's.
Have you seen the one of the painting? There's like one of those.
It's like a Renaissance painting of like, you know, boobs.
Yeah.
You know, what the
naked
women
girl.
looked like, and it's just Indian guys commenting on, "Oh, you are so beautiful."
Please, can I
Kiss your breast. Yeah.
That's not a person.
Hello, baby. Yeah.
It's one of the first shows I went to. Do you ever go to the old Antones? Remember the old Antones?
Oh, yeah.
It was down on 5th in Lavaca. I went to see Black Rebel Motorcycle Club when I moved here, and it was rad. You know, there's a parking garage across the street. We're parking. We could hear it reverberating. It was so loud. But that's one of those bands where the two main guys are either brothers or best friends, and one of them's on heroin. So all the songs are just about, you know, please stop doing heroin. You're my friend. I care about you. It's like thinly veiled.
Yeah.
You know, existential. Why do you destroy yourself? Kind of. But you can tell what they're talking about because the one guy's trying to make a successful band, and the other guy keeps shooting heroin into his arm. And Antone's upstairs in the VIP. They had a chest of drawers on the wall with hinges on it. You pull it out, and there's like a midget door, and then you can go back there. My wife saw Del Castillo there. They had like Scarface piles of coke. back there.
Hell yeah.
It's just a drug room.
Yeah.
It's past the VIP through a secret thing. It feels really cool, I'm sure. And of course, the Black Rebel guy kept going up there, and then there was a slow jams after that. He was all doped out. I was like, "What's in his rider? Spoons?
Yeah.
He doesn't want M&Ms or
Little
any
butane torches. Yeah.
Look,
Well,
I just
we
need a
put
bunch.
we put the clause about the money right next to the
Yeah.
thing about the spoons. So we go in, there's no spoons. You know, the money's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I just need a couple.
I found a good little meme the other day, and it's an obvious like heroin addict chick lighting a spoon, and it says, "When the power is out and you have to heat up each bite of soup individually."
Yeah, Mom, that's what I'm doing, Mom.
Oh man.
Remember when Morrissey got in trouble for being racist a couple years ago? He was mad about like refugees or something.
Oh yeah, I didn't
It
remember
was like
that.
England is for the English or something.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, he's mean. He's a bully. I can't believe this nice vegan guy. He was making songs about fat bitches like 20 years ago. Big Mouth Strikes Again. You're the one for me, fatty. Like, this has been a mean guy. Don't be shocked that I'm going to be mean about the Packies coming to London. I've been being mean to fat bitches since 1991.
I'm on record as having zero compassion.
I'm going to fly off at the handle and be angry for things.
Also, does he like not jack off?
Oh, I don't know. Is he no fap? Stop.
Is that Morrissey is like he's famous for like he just like he doesn't come. He's abstinent.
Okay.
And he abstains from sex for like long periods of time.
It sounds like something he would do. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
So
the
I mean,
opposite
of
of
course
Sting.
you're gonna hate everybody. We haven't busted a nut in 15 years.
Yeah. I have
Sting's out.
a bag, like a merch bag from a Morrissey concert that my sister-in-law gave me upstairs, and it's like on one side it says Morrissey, and then it says
Meat is murder.
then it says something like animal rights are the foremost social justice issue of our time.
my
Do
God.
you side with the creature or do you side with the butcher?
God damn, you're gonna
Make
run
your
out of
choice.
duffel bag
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah.
What fonts are we
This
using?
big long thing.
It's like
Biblical scroll.
Yeah. You're gonna run out of duffel bag.
He probably doesn't nut because he's a Church of England, and that we were raised. You know, Baptists and Church of England people are raised with we have an omniscient God that is always watching.
Yeah, that's why I come so much.
That's where all the pedophilia in the church comes from. All these old priests are like, God's watching kids jack off. I want to watch kids jack off. He's omniscient. That was what we were all scared of. Before I could jack off, I was like, God's watching me take a shit.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, yeah, he's there all the time. He's taking care of you.
He's for sure watching you.
And then once I got old enough to wank, I'm like, Lord, can you not? Let's take a break right now.
And you know, like smoke a cig or something, you know, like
He's just watching 16-year-old boys jack off. That's all God does all day.
he's watching everybody jack off all the time. Or what if he doesn't watch old people jack off? He's like, no, I wouldn't watch that. No, of course not. That's gross.
It's like that one's too far for
yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah.
He
Hey,
uses
come on.
the same excuse for kids. He's like, I'm omniscient. I can't not see it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I can't look away.
Why do you think I fucking? Why do you think I tell kids to not jack off? I don't want to see it. It's like, look, guys, please don't do that. I have to watch this.
Yeah.
You guys worship me because I'm all powerful. I can't turn off part of it
Yeah.
every once in a while. Oh, sorry.
Another train wreck.
This joke would have worked if Salt Bay was gay. I thought Salt Bay was gay.
Well, we don't know for sure.
Every time you hear a gay rumor, you just take it with a grain of Salt Bay.
Yeah. I'll say no. It actually works. We don't know. Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. They fucking. I love how he's like. It's coming full circle. He's just getting roasted all the time online now for just being like just a fucking just a
Hanging
hack.
out at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
How dare you?
Yeah, you might need to do a Salt Bay episode because I hear he's kind of a scammer, kind of a con artist.
So like, well, because I saw this like this thing that broke it down pretty nicely. They were like, they're like, you know, the guy who got famous for fucking, it was like just chopping your meat a bunch and it's like and then sprinkling some salt that would touch his elbow.
Does anybody want your ashy elbow ash in my drink?
I guess he like did a restaurant in New York and somebody went and reviewed it and they were like, this shit is just trash. It's
Yeah.
like,
Salt. It's delicious. I'm sure. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
So, sodium bay.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah. Salt life.
Yeah. I bet I didn't know what Salt Life really was for a long time. Then I put it together. I was like, oh, it means I'm white and I hang out at the lake.
Did you the first
Yeah,
time you
right.
saw that sticker think it said slut life? It was chicks in bikinis at the beach in a truck, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, slut life!"
Yeah. Hey, I believe
I'm in.
I believe I found the Jeep I was looking for. Hello,
Yeah,
lady.
I'm in. Can I have a sticker for my car? We're all in the same club. It's like the police where you don't get a ticket. I got the slut life sticker. Can I have some? Can I have one?
Daddy, may I have some Slut
Please,
Life?
baby Gerald, can I touch?
All right, now let's take a break.
All right,
We'll be
let's
right
do
back. And we're back from break.
And we'll see you at the sack, the nut sack.
Are y'all coming?
SACC.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Oh fuck yeah, dog. All right, cool.
This
shit.
is a whole evening. I don't think we're gonna make it to the midnight Vulcan thing, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our comedy Saturday. So last night, Josh and I got to do some demo work on a closet in the studio upstairs.
Oh hell yeah.
So I had these ridiculous shelves. They were like trashy plywood shelves that the previous owners had like nailed into the closet.
Nice.
And so I was like, how am I going to get these things out of here? And Josh came over and he was like, I'll just bash on them. And he got to do some pretty serious demo work.
Slambo.
Yeah.
I looked at it for a second. I was like, well, Peasy's coming tomorrow, and he likes to do demo. Maybe we can squeeze some work out of him.
Yeah.
Some non-comedy work.
Uh,
But yeah, I brought my reciprocal saw over, and I had to saw like almost into the drywall to get these panels separated.
Whoa.
And it was just some gay, weird wood shop idea that someone
Yeah,
had.
it was like an 8th grader decided, I'm going to put shelves in my
They
closet.
all had like reinforcements under them and all these long, weird pieces of wood on the wall.
Yeah,
for no
because he
reason.
kept putting it up and realizing it wasn't sturdy, so I
Yeah.
just put another piece.
But it was all those staple nails. It was baby nails.
Oh,
so it was
yeah.
just all pried out easily.
So you get to bust out the reciprocating saw and a pry bar. Yeah.
So I got pissed at work last week. I had a bad day. I had a bad phone call. Had a bad break, and I was mad. And I was like, in a kind of an existential daze from this call and just the work day. I think I was hungover. I shouldn't have been to the office. I should have took a sick day. And I was like, I'm fucking pissed. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do something bad. I'm gonna have a Coca-Cola. That's as bad as you can get at work. Like, you can go to your car and have a cigarette, or you can just trying to avoid sodas because of Post Malone. You know, he lost all that weight because he just quit soda.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I luckily got soda out of my life years ago. I'm not. I still have like unhealthy habits. But I'm fucking slimming down now just because I work all fucking.
Yeah,
day.
notice
yeah.
like that manual labor must be doing good for you.
Yeah.
where the hell's the rest of you?
yeah, man. I'm not mad about it. I walk like, usually I get 20,000 steps in a day.
You got
Yeah.
a good hood over there at Allentown.
Yeah. I'm over there too. It's nice. I'm the fucking. I moved out the hood. I moved out of fucking off of Riverside, but
Moving on up.
moving on up, dude. Yeah, that neighborhood's gonna gentrify me. But no, I fucking. We talking about being at work, being drunk. We talking about. Oh yeah, well,
soda.
Oh yeah, sodas. Yeah, I just cut sodas out, and like so now, like I mean, I'll still drink a soda on occasion, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
But once you get rid of them, man, it's like it's hard to go back to because you drink them, and you're like, oh fuck, like
It's just
it's
sugar.
good.
Yeah.
It's good. Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's designed to taste good.
Did
but
y'all
it's
have soda in the house when you were little?
Yeah. We'd have Cokes and shit.
You did.
Dude, I mean,
That's very
I'm
Texas.
I'm Texan. It was Dr Pepper,
Yeah.
dude. Like I was addicted to Dr Pepper from about the age of 8.
We didn't have nothing like that. I would do sleepovers, and
Yeah.
somebody had Coke, and I just drink the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Anybody had Lucky Charms? I'm like, I'm taking all of your Lucky Charms. Right
No,
now.
Texas Kid crack is Dr Pepper and a Snickers bar. Oh, my god.
Yeah.
You were on the East Coast for a while. Remember Shasta?
Well, I didn't grow up on the East Coast. I was there in my early 20s. I was there from 23 to 26.
Did you do comedy in Connecticut or something for a little bit?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, in Connecticut, but but I didn't like grow up out there. And Shasta, when I got there, I think Shasta's a Northwest thing, ain't it?
Fago, Shasta. It's one of the
we had
big.
we had Shasta at like Sam's Club.
I
think
remember
was.
seeing. I saw Shasta in Texas on occasion. I think on a rare occasion we had a couple of Shastas at the crib, but
Yeah,
Shasta-
because they were always fruit flavored. They were like the soda that was like
yeah.
the strawberry soda.
Yeah,
you know.
Shasta and Fago, the off brands have the 3-liter. The
yeah,
big
yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
Take it on the road and piss into it.
Yeah. Fucking somebody like needing to like do something bad at work. I remember I smoke weed.
Yeah.
And most jobs I've ever had, I perform better when I'm stoned, and I smoke weed before I go in the morning.
You're a functional.
Yeah.
Cheap-
'cause
cheaper.
like that. I'm like when I was doing sales, I was a fucking way better salesman when I was stoned.
Yeah.
And so I'm able to do it. I've always said it changes my emotional reaction to being at work, and it just makes it like
being alive.
Yeah, exactly. And I love it. But I remember the first time I've never been a big like work drinker, and I know there's like stone cold drunks out there who drink at work and shit.
yeah.
And I was working at a call center when I was like 19, 20. And we had a party at my guitarist's house, and we had a whole bunch of beer. We didn't drink it all, and I bought a lot. There was like
What was the call center called?
It's called GC Services in Copperas Cove, Texas. But so my guitarist lived like right next to the fucking call center, and I had like 2 cases of beer that were mine, just like sitting in his crib. And I was like, oh,
Burning
man.
a hole in your pocket.
yeah, burning a hole in my liver. You know, I was like, oh, I gotta get over there. So I fucking leave, and I go
Giving directions. It's 3 blocks past where I keep all my beer.
Yeah.
Take a left. It's a landmark.
Yeah, so I drove to my guitarist's house on my hour lunch break, and I must have drank like 8 Bud Lights in fucking like just an hour, because I was drinking as much as I could, because I was like, okay, if smoking weed and going back to work is pretty fun, or it makes it better, obviously, you get drunk. And I learned a hard lesson that day. It was like, because as soon as I was a hard lesson, I'd say a good lesson, because I've never been a work drinker, because it was like, no, when I drink, I like to hang out, talk shit, smoke cigs, and fucking, like I'm like, fuck work. And I got back and had to sit down at a fucking thing, call people on their bills, and I was like, oh my god, it was just fucking torture. I did not want to be there.
Weed doesn't kick that fuck work, fuck you thing, but booze.
Yeah,
If you come back from a
booze.
lunch-
Man, fuck this shit.
I used to work right next to Baby A's, and there's that limit on purple margaritas. But they also had a limit at work, like you can only have 2 drinks at lunch.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, that's Baby A's is right there. You can have 2 purple margaritas, a late lunch. Then you have to come back at work at 3.
Yeah.
And do 2 more hours. Everything anyone says is like, fuck you.
Yeah. Me and my friend Clay used to do Trudy's Fridays.
Yeah.
So we would take our lunch break and we go over to the Trudy's that used to be on Stastny and 35, because we worked kind of close to there, and we'd have a Mexican martini, like in the big in the shaker, and then we would just slide back into work and be like, we're not fucking working anymore. We're drunk.
These are bullshit hours.
Yeah. Dude, when I worked for AT&T, we had an all-day training one time, and me and my boy drive out there together, and we're fucking, and it's an 8 to 5 training. Yeah. So we're in there. We have our lunch break, and there's this Japanese place next door. So me and him run over there to get food, and they were like, ladies, like, oh, you want some sake? And we were like, we kind of looked at each other, a little like, all right, fuck it, let's go, let's get a sake. So we each ordered a sake, thinking it was gonna be like one sake drink. They brought 2 huge fucking things,
like the pitcher.
Yeah, the pitcher of hot sake. And so we were like, fuck it. So we were just like drinking it.
Yeah.
And we were like, we got fucking tilted.
Was it good?
That was good. It's delicious. And well, I don't know. I mean, sake is sake. It's whatever.
Good and bad. Sometimes you can taste the rice, like bad vodka. You can taste the potatoes.
Yeah,
Made from a tube or in the ground. It tastes like roots.
We had a
You
good
can taste
time.
the Russian depression. Yeah.
And we were driving back, and we were only like 4 minutes from the fucking the training compound, and so we were like, go, and we were both like, as soon as we got in the car, I was like, damn, I want a cigarette. Because we just like chugged all this fucking sake.
Yeah.
So we're already running late. We speed over to a 7-Eleven. We buy a pack of smokes. We're like packing it up, swinging in the parking lot, smoking, like running up to the door, finishing it, putting it out. Then we get back in there. We walked in. So now it's like we had our cigarettes. We had a whole bunch of sake. We were already like 10 minutes late coming back from training. We just walked in like, hey.
I always loved that, walking into work like you owned it drunk.
Yeah.
We used to do that. Oh, that was AT&T for me, actually.
Yeah.
It was Nick.
Bound and down, Danny McBride.
Just walking in like doing
Black
Yeah.
keys.
Well-
We're not war.
Well, Nick Mullen used to talk about doing the Trudy's challenge, where you drive to there were 3 Trudy's, and they were on 3 different parts of Austin.
So you can have 6
So you drive and
margaritas.
try and have 2 Mexican martinis at each Trudy's.
You have to have a Ducati. You have to have a fast motorcycle to get from
Right.
South Park Meadows to 183 to the other trees.
To the one out like Lakeway area almost.
But yeah, we were talking about the Arabs holding hands. What is it? Saudi Arabians.
Yeah,
The
Saudi
men-
Arabians
the
like
men hold hands.
it's like just dudes that hold hands, whenever like George W. Bush or somebody would go and have a meeting with the Saudi Arabians, and they would have their like photo op.
Yeah.
They would be walking holding hands because that's
There's
like
pictures
the
of Trump doing it.
it's the
of Bush
culture
doing
or
it.
whatever.
yeah.
There's being gay is illegal. They're so far from their mind that holding hands means nothing.
Yeah.
No one's gonna say you guys are gay. That's like telling someone you murdered someone.
Yeah.
There's no gay jokes.
Yeah.
'Cause
You can't joke around with that shit.
That's a public allegation.
Yeah. Saudi Arabian dudes aren't hanging out with their bros going, "Oh, you're gay."
Yeah. He's like, bro, why are you trying to get me killed? Like, Yeah. Fuck, man.
Why would you say this?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me?
You said
You are discrediting my family, my honor.
You basically said I killed a baby now, and I'm going to go to jail.
Dude, I work with if I talked about this in the last episode, then stop me. But I work at a job site that's it's the 3rd largest construction project in the world.
Yeah.
And it's for a South Korean technology company who I'm not going to name. And so
Ping pong microchips.
yeah. So you know. But so I'm out there, and so it's like the South Koreans they're running the site, and then they're employing American contractors from Texas.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And so like they just learn hard lessons about American culture every week, and it's great to watch. The first time was like, so they hired a roofing company to do their floors.
Yeah.
Because I guess they were like, fuck it, like it makes sense. What is a floor if not an upside down roof?
Yeah.
So they hired this roofing company to do the floors, and the roofing company started fucking everything up. And it was like it halted production. Everybody's getting all mad, and they're getting mad at the Koreans. And the Koreans' defense, they were like, well, hold on, it's not our fault, because why would they apply for a job they're unqualified for?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, welcome to America, bitch. Like that's
how you get
vibe out
ahead.
here. Yeah. That's like, yeah. Dude, every 4 years we elect a fucking person unqualified for the job. We've done it 45 goddamn times. We're going to keep doing it. That's what we do.
That happened on the most recent Matt and Shane's podcast. They moved here, Shane
Yeah.
Gillis. They were freaking out about snakes. They're like, there's tall grass in my backyard. I don't know what to do. I don't even want to go back there. I'm scared. Everybody here has boots. Everything you see from the East Coast is just like desert scenes
Yeah.
of cacti and armadillo.
Yeah.
And they come here and they're like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Get bit by a bat.
I got bit by a bat. It was a bat.
So I learned a new word this week. Pervasive. Have you ever heard of that word?
Yeah, it means it's everywhere, kind of like.
So the main markers of narcissism are a pervasive sense of entitlement and victimhood.
Yeah.
That's like Trump, basically. Like,
Oh, obviously. Yeah.
yeah, I'm entitled, and then when something happens, I'm the victim.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump and all girls.
Yeah.
How dare you say these things to me? Are you a good typer? How fast can you type?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at typing. But the like autocorrect helps a lot.
Did you do it in high school?
Yeah, I mean I've been typing since like I can remember. We had computer classes. Did y'all have computer classes in your elementary school? We had the little Apple IIe's where you get to play Oregon Trail, and we had
the turtle that goes up and down.
we had
axis.
We had a one where it's like an F1 race game, but instead of racing, you type.
Yeah.
And you try and
typing of the dead.
Yeah, it was like typing of the dead, but it was a little racing game. And I can still remember the stupid fucking rap that our lame old lady typing teacher taught us. It's A, S, D, F, G. Hey, now, won't you listen to me? I mean, I can remember this. This is from like second grade. H, J, K. What do you say? L semi apostrophe make my day. It's the keyboard rap. It's the keyboard rap.
It's the keyboard rap. I love it.
And we hated it.
Yeah.
We would make up hey SDFG. Hey, I want you drink my pee. Like we would just come up with whatever we could. We were Weird Owling this lady. Yeah.
Did you have typing, Peasy?
Oh yeah, I take keyboarding and learn that shit. My keyboard teacher, her claim to fame was that Michael Stipe lived in our area for like 3 months when he like in his early teens.
Okay.
And I think his dad was military. I think they were stationed on Fort Hood.
Can you still type?
And she taught Michael Stipe how to type. Type.
Can you still type?
Yeah. I'm proficient on a keyboard.
I feel like when I do it, if I'm doing an email, I go into like Frank the Tank mode from Old School when he like started reciting all the historical stuff.
Yeah, it's like you black out.
Yeah, I go
What
into
happened?
another thing. I'm like, I'm a business person and I'm making letters. I'm in the zone. But we got Adobe, you know, for this show. We do Premiere and everything, and it's the full suite. So we have Illustrator, and I've always fucked with Illustrator my whole life.
Yeah.
And I make weird logos. I made a Lego logo that says Lesbo. I just like to fuck with logos.
Yeah.
So I want to make one with the two airplanes flying into the Twin Towers and they're holding hands.
I am with you till the end, my friend.
What's this problem? This is not gay. We hold hands.
Dude, I've heard there's a similar vibe in South Korea. Like people who've like gone over there like teach English or whatever, and they've been like the dudes are very like physically affectionate to their homies.
Yeah.
And they'll like and again, a lot of it's like hand holding or like sitting in a lap or like just like sitting there with their arms around each other and shit like that. But like this one teacher was like, yeah, I would kind of be like, hey, y'all gotta stop. And eventually somebody had to be like, hey, that's fine. It's actually not a big deal over here. It's totally different. He's like, oh, okay. But he said he saw like one of the guys like clearly stroking the other dude's dick in his shorts. And he's like, all right, that is just we're not gonna let that fly, man.
You guys are more than friends. There's some benefits there. There's benefits.
Yeah, man.
So there's all the comedy people moving here from out of state, and it's becoming this big thing. I can't wait till they all get allergies, because a lot of people from other states don't realize that your nose can run out of your eye sockets.
Yeah.
Like they get here and you listen to them on podcasts, realizing like, okay, it's 1,000,000 degrees for 4 months, and then also once it's finally nice out and you step outside, you start snotting from the eyes. Yeah. Like, what even is this?
Yeah.
I didn't know this worked.
Dude, I was on a run with this comic that my old booker used to like book and use as an opener and shit. His name's Munch, and he's an older white guy. He's from the Atlanta area.
Trying to get pussy.
Yeah, he's
My
trying
name
to
is
get
Munch,
pussy.
baby.
But he was living in L.A. for a while, and he did a whole bunch of extra work. And I was like, oh, where did I see anything? He goes, and he was in Interstellar.
Yeah.
When Murph wakes up and it's like he's in the hospital, it's all her descendants. It's just like this motherfucker standing there in a suit, and he's just like, and he's just like, it's just funny because he's like kind of comic who like. He's like a party guy kind of comic. Hey, I'm a good old boy, and like everything is like, hey man, other people do things like this. You get not, you send one regular guy to the bank, he'll go in there, oh, can I make a withdrawal? You send me in the bank, I'll be smoking dope, drinking beer. You know, boy, it'll be crazy. So anyways, I had to travel with this guy for a few days in the South. He drove me from fucking Atlanta to Myrtle Beach. We did a show in coastal Georgia and like the Barrier Islands, and then I fucking my manager dropped the fucking ball and had no way for me to get to fucking Myrtle Beach for the next show.
Okay.
And so this dude was just like, man, fuck it. It's like my manager paid him enough money, so he just drove me there.
Yeah.
So we're going, and my fucking allergies are acting up. We're in the deep South, and it's in the fucking, it's in like this fall.
Kudzu, everything.
And so I'm like, oh fuck, man, my fucking allergies are fucking me. Next time you feel like stopping, I'm gonna go grab some Zyrtec. And he was just like, we had a word for y'all back in the day. I was like, what? He goes, faggot. And I was like, and I just
right there.
Yeah, I just tweeted. I was like, I just got called gay for having allergies and then wanting to fix those allergies with Zyrtec. If you were just had any questions about the previous generation's definition of masculinity,
I'm not crying. I'm snotting from the eyes.
Yeah.
There was that old it was like a Twitter account or something, like reasons my kid is crying, and it's always the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah,
it's like
I love
reasons I got called a faggot by a guy who's 20 years older than me.
Yeah, for having allergies.
Yeah, for having
Trying
allergies.
not to die.
Yeah.
You want to jump off the cliff? What are you, gay?
Yeah.
No, I just want to be alive.
Yeah.
That's gay. Wanting to be alive is gay. So Suzanne Summers passed away this week.
Yo, R.I.P. man.
Which begs the question: when they say 6 feet under, does that mean like your whole body 6 feet under? Like, if she's got huge tits, do they have to dig the hole like 8.5? What's gonna happen when Dolly Parton dies? They're gonna have to dig an 8-foot hole?
It's 6 feet down. Then you hit the nipples.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to be
Yeah,
fully
nipple-
6 feet
yeah.
under.
Nipples is 6 feet.
It's a regulation.
Okay,
Yeah.
she doesn't
yeah.
die horny because then this is another inch of nipple sticking out.
Right.
So I worked
Nipple
with
mortis.
rigor mortis.
Hey, there we go.
One of my favorite things about ignorance that they say is that it's blissful.
Yes.
Blissful ignorance. Like why it's a hard selling point to be smart when you hear how blissful ignorance. Everybody
Yeah.
wants bliss.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
wants to experience euphoria.
Dude, I swear, stupid people have been having a decade, man. Like they're like they I feel this is. If you look back at like
We're
times it was
the dumbest time.
Yeah, and times when it was like the easiest and funnest to be dumb.
Yeah.
That is right now. Like you can have a blast. If you're dumb, you can believe that like JFK is an alien fucking lizard. You know what I'm saying? You can just fully
And then
believe
you can
that.
find 500 other people.
500 other dumb
Yeah.
people ready to co-sign on
Yeah.
that shit. Like if you're dumb, you can like just walk around believing that like the Earth is flat. It's man, it is a hot time for dumb folks.
I think we should start a group. Dumb. I didn't choose this. I was born
Yeah,
this
well,
way.
me and Lane had that whole song about being dumb. The
Nice.
dumb dude song. Have you heard it? It's like it's yeah, like the chorus is like, well, the
Dumb
VP,
rights.
the VP guarantees that we never repeat a joke in a chorus.
Okay.
But like the chorus like rhythm is like I'm fucking dumb, y'all. I do dumbass shit. I gave the money from my rent to a Nigerian prince. I'm fucking dumb, y'all. Yeah, it comes at a cost. I play the lotto every week and pick the numbers from Lost. You know what I mean?
Nice. So I didn't know what jerking off was when I was little. I was, just the same thing we were saying about being gay in Arabia. We didn't. They didn't say anything about it, so it didn't exist.
Don't say gay.
So I looked up masturbation in the dictionary when I was 15, and I was a late bloomer, and it said the art of self-pleasure, and I was like, I like art. I like myself.
Yeah, I like pleasure.
I like pleasure.
You're just like fucking like eating Ritz crackers. Like this is masturbation.
It's like chicken pot pie. They put all my favorite things in one. I like chicken. I like pot.
Yeah.
I like pie. Because somebody mixed all my favorite things. So yeah, I found a Victoria's Secret catalog and wanked into a sandwich bag because I knew there was going to be a mess. Like I did my research. I was like, this is going to be a problem. There's cleanup apparently. Something comes out. I don't know what's going to happen. I was so afraid. And then it finally happened. And I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing in the world. I had no idea. I could have started doing this when I was 12.
Yeah.
For 3 years ago.
Whenever I was like, is this what heroin feels like?
Warm water washing over your body better than sex. What about you? When did you start?
So my dad had gotten back from Bosnia.
Yeah.
And he had his duffel bag, and he came in, he threw it down. Hey, what's up? We're all saying good, saying hi to him, stuff, hugging him. I'm like, I'm in 5th grade.
Yeah.
I look down in his bag, and I see a porno mag in his duffel bag, and I was like, noted. And I kind of let shit like chill. I let the situation mellow
Giving
for a
people
little
directions. It's a left past where the porn is.
And so I was like, let it mellow, maybe like for like a day, and like he hadn't even touched the fucking duffel bag, and so I ran there and I grabbed it, and it was like a fucking like it was a couple of them, but it was one that was small that was easy to get, and it was like a penthouse one where there's pictures, but it was also like girls writing in or
Nice.
girls, heavy quote. And it was
They-
like
they
story.
Never thought this would happen to me, but
Yeah. My cable guy fucked my ass.
Yeah.
But, and so I'm reading that shit, and there was one of them was like the chick was like, talking about jerking her dude off in the truck.
Nice.
And I was just like, wait a minute, hand, dick. I have both of those things.
Yeah.
And so I went there and tried it out, and was like, what the fuck just happened?
We have all of the above listed equipment here on hand.
Yeah. Yeah. So 5th grade. Yeah, I guess. So what's that? What's 5th grade like?
like 11?
Yeah, 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty early.
Jesus, fuck, I have a 10-year-old boy.
Oh god, it's coming. And they can get all the porn immediately, instantly,
Yeah,
everywhere.
You can't stop it.
Boy,
Yeah.
when I was your age, we had to jerk off uphill in the snow with our
Yeah.
9 brothers and sisters.
I had to
on
jerk
our-
off my friends. They had to jerk me off. We hated it. We were so mad that we had to do it all the time.
In the 1800s, we all started out gay.
Yeah.
Had to do it with the modem screaming in the background. You're already busted a nut before the top half of the nipple.
Yeah, just
My,
the
my safe,
anticipation.
my
yeah.
safe word now is the modem sound.
Yeah.
Like if things get a little too intense, I go. That means take your finger out of my ass.
Girl asks you your kink, and you're like the top half of the nipple. with one stripe at a time coming
Let's
across.
get a big black piece of construction
I love
paper and
just
just slowly lower it.
I love that the cape being just the top half. Like, what? Just the top half, human body. Anything up there.
Pull
I'm
your
into it.
tank top down really slowly and go. Oh yeah, I'm done.
You've got mail.
That's the spot.
So, Pat, we can hear you on the Lie, Cheat, and Steal podcast.
Lie, Cheat, and Steal podcast available wherever you listen to podcasts. It's a podcast about liars, frauds, thieves, and bullshitters. If you like true crime, but the murder kind of bums you out, we do non-murder true crime about scam artists.
Nice. And you're doing spots. Just we can see you all over Austin doing spots.
All over Austin. I don't. I don't have anything booked after tonight.
At some point in the future, you'll be doing
It'll
some
come,
spots.
though. Yeah, I got some shit, dog. I'll be around. But yeah, fuck with me. Check me out. I'm on Instagram at PZTX. That's PEEZYTX.
And if you're listening to this episode, just go back in time 4 days and go to Vulcan Gas Company.
Yeah.
on Saturday night.
Look, if you could just really crack time travel, that'd mean a lot to me.
Just keep always going to Saturday Pint Live whenever it happens. Keep an eye out.
Yeah,
Watch
just
the,
Google Saturday Pint Live every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, please. Just to make sure I'm okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay? We're checking in on you. That's why you go to Saturday Pint Live. Make sure PZ's doing okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the thing is make everyone in your life worried about you, and they'll show up to your shows. Just make sure you're not dead yet.
I'm spiraling. If you don't come to the show, I'm gonna kill myself.
If you don't come to the show, I'm gonna kill myself. That's how you get shit done,
Bro.
You call people with that voice.
Yeah,
and you
almost
go,
all the way emo.
hey girl, do you want to hang out? She's
Yeah.
like, no, I don't really feel like hanging out. If you don't hang out, I'm gonna kill myself.
Like $200 for being
Guaranteed
homeless?
success.
Yeah, $200 for being homeless.
Aren't we all? That's the America.
All right. Well, that's it for this week, and we'll talk to you later.